How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Benji's Logs and Whatnots 2.0. I am Benji. Midweek is here. It is currently Wednesday afternoon. It's about 6 p.m. at the moment. We're about to have a quick bite to eat, and then we're going to go and do our Wednesday night thing. Cannot bloody believe it. It's already been a week since the last one that we've done. Comes around bloody quickly, I will admit. Not only that, it does get quite dark outside relatively quick as well, which I don't mind at all. It means that I can put Miss Baxter to bed at 8, go into my room, light up a candle, do a bit of reading or writing for the rest of the night. Not only that, guys, before we know it, it's going to be bloody Friday. We've got 2 more days for that. Tomorrow, then Friday itself. But we got to get through tonight, tomorrow, and then tomorrow night for it to be Friday. Cannot bloody wait. I do enjoy having the weekends to myself now. But in saying that, no my bloody luck, I've probably just cursed myself to have the weekends on. Yep, this is what we're talking about. 6:30 comes along and the sun is down. Still got some ambient light around. I will admit this camera is being a bit modest on how light it actually is. Imagine it's down a couple of notches on how dark it actually is. It's probably more like this than it actually is here. But yeah, this is one thing that I do love nowadays, especially when it's coming close to winter. The sun goes down earlier, and soon enough it'll be like 7:30, 8 o'clock when the sun comes up. Between you and me, guys, I would love to be more of a night person than anything else. Just being awake from dusk till dawn, not dawn till dusk or after dusk. That is what I would much prefer. As you would say, grave shifts. Imagine that, working in a graveyard, being security or something, just to make sure no kids come and vandalise. I would be taking my camera in there and doing bloody little night investigations. That's something I'd definitely do without a second thought. I remember one night, I think it was about this time last year, I was sitting in front of the little building just over there, just to the left of those that door, and I was looking over there. There's a little gap just underneath that sign. There were a group of kids doing something. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, they weren't supposed to be on top of that roof where Anytime Fitness is. But yeah, I just saw a group of kids, about half a dozen of them, doing whatever. And yeah, they were doing God knows what. Well, shit. There goes any plans of going for a walk. Too bloody windy for anything of the sort. Not only that, had this stinking thing bloody get blown off me bloody head just before. I was putting me bag in the passenger side of the car, and next minute the whole thing just went boop. I don't know about you guys, but this is the best I could do for the rest of today. For a very simple fact, as you guys can imagine, not much we can do out there, especially filming wise. Which kind of sucks because we would have loved to have been out there today. But, nah, no such luck. The best I could do is put my feet up and basically enjoy not being blown away. So in other words, basically set me bed up to the point where I got me pillow and doona wrapped up in a ball under me head. Basically looking out the window and contemplating on what we're going to do for the weekend. I do believe that the market is on Saturday. Whether or not we go is going to be the next question. I haven't been to it for 2 months? Around 2 months. Since we've, as you would say, been to said local markets. All because in the bottom shelf of that is completely empty. As you guys can see. Got me phones and whatever else there, jewellery boxes, those things, and a few other bits and pieces throughout the whole thing. So yeah, we'll see how we go. You know what, guys? I think this decision to have the desk right here is perfect, because right out there is a beautiful sight while we're sitting here watching our favorite YouTuber, and when we decide to edit some other things. Because what I can do is get this chair from where it is, basically move it back to over there when I need to. Not only that, to have a whole heap of space behind us so that we can play our games and everything else in between. But the only problem is, whenever I decide to eat food or drink coffee or whatever, I've got to put it basically back over here. But it's not too far away for us to do that, so that isn't too bad. But yeah, definitely a good decision to have the desk over here. Still on the search for a short one though, but I guess because it is sitting underneath the window frame by about a centimetre and a bit. So I've had a bit of a think about it, and to be honest with you, I reckon I'll keep the computer desk. It does fit underneath, as I said before, the window frame. It's a perfect size there. I can still get past it, and I can set the computer up on it whenever I need to, and everything else in between. It's in a good spot. Personally, I think I'm going to keep it as is. What's the bloody point in getting something else and getting rid of that? That works perfectly fine. So I'm going to keep it and go from there. The only thing that I need to do is basically stop putting all my shit onto the bloody thing. My problem is very simple. Is any flat surface that I have, I usually have stuff on it. Whether it's haunted dolls or not, books, computers, antiseptic creams, medications, phones, clocks, even plates with little biscuits on it that Miss Becky eats. And there's one thing that I need to retrain my brain not to do, is put stuff on flat surfaces. Put them in places where they're not in the way and everything else in between. And I'll also have to figure out how to get Miss Baxter's perch with the feed and water next to there. I could probably move that over to there, but yeah, that's going to be a pain. So I can always put her over there when she's in the mood, or she can fly over there. Probably a good idea that we just leave it there. Beautiful thing is, it's also not so windy anymore. But being 5:30 at night, almost coming close to sunset, there's not really much point in going out doing anything at this time of night. If anyone's wondering what that is, I made that when I was bloody 8 or 9. It's one of those little mechanical dogs that you spin the thing in the bottom there, it lifts the head, top part of the head. Mum had that sitting down in her craft room and she brought it up. I completely forgot about it. I could not remember that I actually made that. But yeah, all of that is completely made out of wood. So yeah, it's good nostalgia finding things like that. But being 5:30 at night, there's not much else we've got planned for today, so yeah, hopefully the weekend's going to be a little bit better. I know Saturday's going to be a little bit cloudy, but Sunday's going to be nice and clear, which is good. But we are hoping to go down to the market on Saturday, if it's on. So in saying that, guys, it is going to be an Evidentedgy for now. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and everything else in between, and we'll see you in the next video. As always, thanks for watching, and as always, keep it cheesy.